Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browner, and I have a son, Owen, who is 14 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So I've been on a bird kick the last few days, and we're just gonna keep going with it. I did this one a month ago, weeks ago, 6 months ago, all blends together. And I've been staring at it, and I thought I would do one similar just because it's fun, and you know, so it'll be a little bit different, but it's right now we're in the birds. We're in the birds. So that's what I'm doing. To say today has been a long day is probably a very big understatement. And unfortunately, it feels like it's going to get longer and longer as the night goes on. But I'm just praying. I'm praying and praying. Owen has been having some very hard moments for some very teenage years and things that, he expects, and the list can go on and on and on, and all valid stuff. There's so much in what's going on for him, with him. It's life is emotional, life is hard, what we're all like experiencing and going through is it's a lot right now. And so when we look at life and we look at the things that we need to look at, love, compassion, and understanding, and it's so funny, people's views, because I've been posting about our journey for years and years and years and years, and I don't share my story for empathy, sympathy, for someone to, woe is me. I share our journey because if I can make one person understand what autism is about, or help them through their own personal journey, or just make it so it's not so difficult when my son goes out in the world, and the older he gets, the more like it's harder on him, because you can't always explain autism in a moment when he's walking through a crowd. You can't always explain something, and it's always interesting to me when somebody says, you do this because you need empathy, sympathy, cry baby, whatever it is. And I'm like, that's the person that needs this empathy, sympathy, and everything else in between. And if we could be a little bit more compassionate about what someone else is going through, it would just really, really, really help. And so my story is hope for tomorrow. My story is hoping that others can find compassion and love and understanding in those moments, because that's what we all need. We need this. We need to have happiness. We need to have those moments where things, we need more support. We need some more support for the world. And so just because somebody is sharing their story doesn't mean I'm looking for someone to say, I just want others to understand that that big kid, that, 5 foot, 6 foot, 100-foot person, they may still have a disability, or they may have something else that's going on that we couldn't even begin to understand. But hopefully, somebody else will be able to work through it, help with it. And believe. So that is my story. Owen had a very hard day, which means this mommy had a very hard day. And then on my very hard day, I had more hard moments. And then someone tells me that I'm seeking sympathy for my son, that I want this. And that just makes me know we need more help and support. I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess. I am. It's been one of those days. It's been one of those days. My poor baby, is just struggling with all the things. And this mama is struggling with all the things that are hard for him. I'm making a mess of this bird, but it feels like my day. It feels like my day. That's what I can say. I need to get rid of this white. It is, it's not sealing properly, or it's too mushy. There we go. We're just going for it. It doesn't look like a bird. Oh. I feel like the one I did looked more like a bird, and this one looks, I need to make him more bird-like, and his eyes now look scary, so we're gonna have to really make him happier or something. We gotta laugh, people. We gotta laugh. We gotta laugh. I gotta work on his eyes too, because those just can't stay quite like that. So, anyways, Owen had a very hard time today with all the things. He went several years where rain nor water or anything bothered him. And with that being said, he absolutely loves going to the pool. But one drop of liquid makes him very, very upset. And so right now, he is going through these emotional moments. Okay, these eyes are just not working for me, people. This is what you do. I used to take off eyes constantly. I haven't done it in a little while, but tonight's the night. Tonight's the night. So, today was just a very rough day. Rough for every reason known to man. He got a dot of water on his shorts when we were at a restaurant. My friend and her husband, I hadn't seen them in years, were in town, and they, we went to breakfast, and this dot just got him. And we've been out so many times recently with other friends and everything, and he's handled it all fine. And just the last few weeks, everything seems to be getting harder and harder for him. So, I'm sad because it's so much for him right now, and school being out, and him, any and everything I can tell you, bless his heart. And so by the end of the day, he was better. He wasn't yelling or screaming as much. And he was able to he actually had two therapies today. He usually has three, but he had his two therapies today, and he was able to do both of them, and both therapists said that they had good day with him, and that in itself was my happy moment, because it's a lot from my heart, because this is my boy. This is my amazing Owen. And we're in the teenage years, and I'm laughing at this guy because I feel almost like should be like a rooster, at this point, but we're just going to make him a wild child here. A wild child. I gotta decide what I want to do with the eyes. And maybe I'll just make them, let's see. Maybe I'll use this blue. I might need more of it. We're just gonna do we'll see how this does this time. Now we need some Eyelashes. I think he looks more like a cross between a bird and a like monster or a like gremlin or something. I don't know. Some character. I don't know what it would be, but some kind of character. He's something. But he's happier than he was a few minutes ago. Oh, so we're just going to leave him and go to bed. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put a little green in his hair. Because, you know. And maybe we should do a little flower over here. It doesn't look like a flower yet, but as today has gone, everything is not as it seems. Ugh. Okay, so we sign O for Owen, and then L and B. There we go. All right. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.